Hey everybody, Lyle here. Welcome back to the table. It's Buck's Gearbox, and today we're going to talk about this Kunwu or Kunwu S-TAO. Yeah, so is it Kunwu or Kunwu? I've heard it pronounced both ways online, and you can't tell from just reading it from the spelling, but I will call it awesome. They've been popping in and out of my radar for about a year or so now, and everybody has high praise for Kunwu's knives. I'm just going to stick with Kunwu because, I don't know, it sounds better coming out of my mouth. Now that I have one, I kind of understand why. These showed up at River's Edge Cutlery, and I finally got to try some of their designs out. And I kind of instantly fell in love. As a matter of fact, I had one or two other knives in front of this on my list of things I wanted to try that day. And I tried it, and I instantly fell in love, and this is the one I came home with. Let's talk about some specifications. It's a big knife. It's an 8-inch folder, 3.5-inch beautiful sheep's foot blade. I love these style of blades. I think that's what sold me on it initially. And get this, this is VANAX super clean steel, and that's really cool. It's a very cool steel that's incredibly corrosion resistant, and it's still good at everything else too, and at a very fair price. This is usually a very expensive steel. Full titanium scales with a milled titanium pocket clip, frame lock design with an orange peel texture, and it's just fantastic. I believe a lot of the first ones of these that came out had wire clips on them. Maybe they were the test or prototypes, I'm not sure. But this also came with the wire clip in the box, which I'll show you in a minute, all the stuff you get in the box. It also came with some blue standoffs for the back if you'd rather trade those out and have a little color in there. There's also this Damascus pivot collar, which is really cool. And I'm pretty sure that's not just anodization. I think that's Damascus, and it looks gorgeous. Very subtle because the rest of the knife is kind of monochrome, just steel and gray titanium, and then that color just really pops. I like it. So I'm definitely going to take this apart and put those blue standoffs in. I think that would look sick. Gorgeous knife. Also, the titanium has some really cool textured milling. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up because of my lighting on my monitor, but it's very nice. It's very nicely done. It doesn't feel like an afterthought. It feels like they put it there on purpose. And the orange peel is very subtle, but it's very much there, and it has a really awesome amount of grippiness that it adds to the equation. A lot of people don't like smooth metal scales because they're slippery. You won't probably have any problems with this knife. The reason I called it the guillotine in my previous video where I talked about the three knives I previewed the knives I'm going to be looking at this week, is because the action is just ridiculous. It's like it's gotten my thumb and my nail more than once, more than I want to admit. It's very drop shutty, but it's usually because of me not getting my thumb out of the way. I don't know if you can see that. It's healing up. It's been a couple of days since I did that. But yeah, it's gotten me a couple of times. It's pretty awesome, and I'm a bonehead. There's some nicely designed jimping right up here. It's just super smooth. It might be the most drop shut knife that I have that's not a button lock. It also has a number of ways to deploy it. You can see the back flipper here. It's kind of nice and subdued. It just barely sticks out, and it works perfectly. Also, it has a front flipper, which at first glance it kind of looked a little weird to me, but man, does it work. And I'm not good at front flippers. I'm not sure if I can do it at this angle on camera, but I can also spidey flick it pretty regularly. I do believe this has kind of a lighter detent, and you got to be careful with it because that's one of the reasons it makes it so easy to open and close. Keep your thumbs out of the way, kids. Let's go over to the table and do some size comparisons, and I'll show you what you get in the box. All right, here's the Kunwu box. It's got a little magnetic enclosure. It's actually really nice packaging. Let's see if I can get this up here so you can see all the stuff, and you can pause it and you can read it. I always like it when reviewers do this. So if you want to pause it right there and read that, you can. Don't eat that. It's not candy, kids. And here is a very, very nice microfiber lined carrying pouch for your knife if you want to keep it in pristine condition. I mean, that's just a really nice touch. I love it when companies add extras that they don't have to add. Here's a microfiber cloth, which is always useful. And here you go. They give you the tools to take the knife down. They give you a wire clip, and they give you these blue, I'm assuming these are anode standoffs. And I'm definitely going to take this knife apart and put those in, because y'all know I like blue. The knife came in this pretty awesome packaging, and yeah, it does make it special when a company puts extras in there that they don't have to. So I really appreciate that. I love a good unboxing experience. All right, so let's do some size comparisons now. Here we go. Put it up against the PM2. You can see it's a big knife, not a small knife. Duh, I think you all knew that. Here's the Para 3. And much more in line with the PM2 as far as size and length. Let's put it up some other big knives, the VANAX 2. And let's see, let's put it up against the Giant Mouse Ace Grand. Very comparable as far as just everyday carry size. You're looking at a bigger knife, no question. Let's put it up next to some premium knives, Hinder XM18. Here's a Spartan Harzy folder, full size 4-inch knife. That thing's huge, right? So maybe not the best size comparison. But here's a full size Sebenza. All titanium stuff with good steels. But these are much more expensive than the Kunwu is. So that's something to definitely consider. Here it is next to some common everyday carry knives that a lot of people have. The Benchmade Bug Out and the Civivi Elementum. That should be pretty good sense of size and scale for you guys. And this thing is so cool. My favorite budget knife that is imported, OEM, overseas made, is the QSP Penguin. And this is a $50 version of a $30 knife. And I highly recommend everybody have one of these. It's fantastic. If you want something that's similar but a little bit more premium, definitely check out the Kunwu S-TAO. I think it's really awesome, and for what you get for the money, even though it's much more expensive than a Penguin, you're getting a premium piece of gear here with a very exotic steel that you just don't see. I don't know, you don't really see it even under $500 all that much. And fully milled out and well thought out titanium on the scales and even down to the clip and the jimping and the grippy texture. I mean, this is a really good knife. I'm kind of blown away. And I'm kind of now, well, Kunwu's on my radar. It's fantastic. I've heard nothing but good things about Kunwu Knives as a company. I've heard that the designer is one of us. He's a knife geek, and he's doing some high-end work and not charging astronomical amounts of money for his stuff, which is just so cool. They're not cheap. They range from the $100 range, $100 to $200 range, up to $300 for some models I've seen so far. The Padre looks amazing and feels amazing as well. And this one, the S-TAO, is very, very easy for me to recommend. If you like the looks of it, definitely go try it out. Appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much for everything. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe and share. And I appreciate you very much. I'll see you in the next one.